Doug's aunt Betty comes into town. She is from Bloatsburg. She also works with the news station and tells Doug that she can get him on TV. So naturally, Doug thinks it's going to be something that's going to push him into stardom and fame by having his own Tonight Show. But Aunt Betty tells Doug, hey, I'm going to get you on the Kitty Corral Show, which is a show for kids. And Doug gets completely deflated. Judy laughs, Pork Chop even cringes. Aunt Betty cannot wait to see Doug on TV. Unfortunately, Doug is not feeling it. Doug now imagines what it would be like on Kitty Corral. Basically, imagines himself being humiliated on TV, dressed up in a diaper and a baby bonnet and a bow tie. Doug is talking with Skeeter about his predicament, and Skeeter tells Doug, bro, don't nobody really
watch this show, bro. Anybody over 6 ain't watching it, bro.
While Pork Chop smacks him in checkers. Aunt Betty walks into Doug's room, and Doug introduces Skeeter and impresses Skeeter about joining Doug on TV. She continues to tell Skeeter that Doug actually has 2 tickets, so you can definitely go. Tries to get out of this situation, but Doug speaks on Skeeter's behalf, saying,
expressing how much Skeeter would love to join Doug on this Kitty Corral TV show. That's tight because that's not what he wanted to do. But Doug is like, if I gotta go, you gotta go, bro.
The Skeeter enter the bleachers and find their seats amongst a rowdy bunch of kids waiting for the show to start. Doug tells Skeeter,
hey man, I appreciate you coming, bro. This means a lot to me. I don't have to go through this alone.
But Doug looks over to Skeeter in a full-out disguise. Now they're in the part of the show where they invite a volunteer to come help the sheriff round up this bad guy. And whoever this hat lands on is going to be the one to help him. Bro, look at that forehead. Dang, bro, what's going on? The hat, of course, lands on Doug's head. So he is the chosen volunteer to help round up this bad guy. Doug gets confused and does not know what to do.
Try to reassure Doug that nobody watches this show, bro. It will be alright. Just go with the flow.
But of course, that's not how this works. So we in Roger's trailer right now with his homeboys, and they flipping through the channels, and they see Doug on TV. Roger like, hold on, go back. Is that who I think it is, bro? It's Doug on TV on this Kitty Corral baby show. Of course, this is the worst person to see Doug on a show like this. My boy Roger is not letting this go. He puts in a blank VHS tape so that he can record this episode. Do you guys remember how hard it was to record a TV show on a VHS tape? Doug is trying to be a good sport and go along with whatever's going on, but he is humiliated by being thrown into a mud pit. He eventually gets the job done and hog ties the robber. Doug gave the kids what they wanted. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's excited, even Skeeter. Because Doug was a volunteer, he is offered a free VHS tape of this episode detailing his performance. What a great souvenir. I'm sure he's eager to show all his friends and family. Skeeter and Doug arrive at the Honker Burger. Betty congratulates Doug and Skeeter for going on TV and goes to go order them some food. Finally calms down and thinks that this is all over until Roger steps into the Honker Burger. Fun of Doug for being on the Kitty Corral show. Roger is very eager to let Doug know, fam, I
recorded you, bro, and I'm gonna show the whole school.
Roger, you didn't have to put the tape under Doug's nose like that. Doug tries to plead, but cannot get through to Roger at this point.
The aunt pulls up with the food and tells Doug, man, he looks very familiar. I'm not sure where he comes from. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Wants to be taken out of his misery with the slow walk down the hall. Roger is gathering an audience to view this tape of Doug being on his TV show. tries to plead with Roger one more time. Like, bro, I
really like it here. I made a lot of good friends. And I don't want to have to move because of the humiliation that this is gonna cause.
Roger gives no F's on what Doug is talking about. Like, Aunt Betty calls out for Doug, and she remembers where she knows Roger from. Come on, guys, let me show you what I'm talking about. Roger look a little stressed. He look a little nervous right now. Betty reveals that Roger was on the same show that Doug was on just last year.
Actually got the physical copy of the VHS tape. Let's go watch it so you can see what I'm talking about. And you broke the record for hog tying the robber. Let's see if this jogs your memory.
Here it was, Roger on the TV screen on the same show Doug was just on last year. And Doug gets a kick out of this. Roger out here looking worse than Doug was looking. Roger's plan really did backfire. Roger and Doug is kicking it at Doug's house, eating popcorn, having a burning the VHS party, burning their videos so nobody will ever see them again.
Like Doug compromised with Roger, like, hey fam, we both got some embarrassing footage on us. Let's go ahead and burn it and call it even.
Here's in this episode that Doug has got Roger in a stalemate. Shout outs to Aunt Betty for helping Doug out on this one. Moral of the story, don't throw stones while you're in the glass house.